Heading into this weekend here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, there have been a number of problems with the weather. In particular, it has rained throughout the course of this entire week, including the Go and Go Homer qualifiers, which have, I guess, really started up the grid, as well as practice. During practice, drivers like Jeffrey Finguy, DJ Curtis, Cody Lamas, and William Brock have all flown off the track on more than one occasion heading into turns 6 and 7, due to the fact that none of the SCS drivers are used to the wet conditions. This is going to be the very first Sony Cup Series race in the rain. And by God, it's going to be a really fun race to watch. Or at least I would hope, because of the mixed up qualifying grid. So, that said, on the pole for the round of Canadian Tire Motorsports Park is Charles Sanford from Fuel Brothers Racing. Sanford is all fired up to lead the grid down to the green flag, but pace speed is about 30 miles an hour in case that any driver spin off the final corner. Nobody's going to do that. Jordan Davis is on his outside, him being known to be a road ringer. We are green here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Sanford with a spectacular start in the 54, and look at all those cars slide around off of turn 1. Now they're going to head into turn number 2. Contact's back there between Eric Burton and Ryan Acosta. Jeff James is going to go skidding off the track a little bit there. Hopefully he can rejoin the pack safely. It looks like he does. He's going to lose a couple positions to DJ Curtis and Dom Capps. And I saw a number of drivers go flying off as well. Sanford flying down the hill, heading into turn 6 and 7. This is where a lot of problems could be stirred up here. Still no casualties. Oh, I see Bassinger off the track back there. So Bassinger has just been flown off the track. Hopefully he can rejoin. Curtis now down. Davis is inside, hoping to gain second place. Curtis has been well known to dominate road races as of late. He won a round of Cleveland earlier this season. He won a round of Road Atlanta. Hopefully he can have another one this year. Now Sanford trying to pull away from Davis and Curtis, who are currently battling for second. Oh, turns 9 and 10. It looks like Sanford is going to have a pretty substantial lead over Curtis at the end of the first lap. However, we did not go without casualties by the end of the first lap. Sky Commons and Bradley Bishop Jr. made contact heading into the turn 9, and, well, it just goes to say that drivers that aren't careful are going to wreck themselves, and that corner has also been a problem for drivers who are trying to pass each other. So both drivers are out of the race on the very first lap. And it does not appear that we're quite done wrecking yet. Aaron Taylor hooks Zachary Fitzwater. Malik Nevins gets hooked by Nick Mace. Fitzwater nowhere to go and into the tires and out of the race on the very second lap of the race. This is what I was talking about, turn 6 there. Andres Allen really he really overdrove that corner, and Dom Capps spun around too. Oh, Burton and Lynn just made contact with him. Charlie Smith is off. Very rough weekend for Andreas Allen, even though he qualified on the top 5. He's been known to spin off of turn 6, and while this is a prime example, there's Dejon Wakes back there. He was involved in that little skirmish with Bassinger early on in the first lap. Another incident, here's Luke Martin hooking Dylan Young. This is the second lap, by the way. As Martin tried to rejoin the track, Jenkins doesn't give him any room, and nowhere to go for Luke Martin and into the tires. That's another victim of reckless driving. Jeff James is now putting the pressure on DJ Curtis for second place. James has been very fast this weekend, particularly, but he's really fallen off after his early season dominance. As of late, although he's still going to keep behind Curtis's back bumper, probably going to give him a lot of room. As Sanford is pulling away a fantastic lead over Curtis, which Curtis would have caught him by now if it were in the dry, but as I said, none of these drivers are very familiar with the wet conditions whatsoever. They seem to be doing a pretty good job so far. really cope with the wet conditions. So kudos to everyone, really, throughout this weekend. And we're not done wrecking yet. Jeffrey Finguy gets dumped by Alan Cavagnaro heading off turn number 2. Finguy's going to lightly tap that outside retaining wall. Cavagnaro and Silverfox go hard into the tires. Silverfox gets jacked up, but looks like both drivers are going to keep going, and Cavi is done. Even experienced drivers can make mistakes. Nick Mason and Jake Bassinger, running in a mid-pack at the moment, make contact heading into turn 9. Mason's not getting off his bumper, and both cars into the tires. And that will take them out of the race by the end of the second lap. We have a battle for position between Carson Scott and Cody Lamas. Scott not giving Lamas a lot of room. Lamas has nowhere to go, and Lamas takes out Carson Scott. I mean, the grass is really wet. It's really difficult to get any kind of grip in there. But both cars are going to continue anyway. Not much of a problem. Oh, there goes Sean Harpel, Scott Roush, and Jordan Fisher. All 3 cars simultaneously spin off the track. But other than that, they're all going to carry on anyway. Lap 4 now. Eugene DeMax has run off the track. Jesse Turner's not going to give him any room. Oh no, this is not going to be good. Oh, DeMax turns him into the inside retaining wall, and well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but that's definitely going to be a huge amount of damage to both cars. Emma White slide jobs to 17. Well, this is not exactly what I had in mind for putting driving there by DeMax nor Turner. I'm not sure what their problems were at all. As Finguy's getting run off the track. There's Lamas once again flying off the track. Lamas really having a lot of trouble here. On turn 6, particularly. Finguy going to get by both White and Levi Pasco. Finguy is really upset by this incident Cavagnaro had with him earlier. We're not done wrecking yet, as here is William Brock and Ryan Griffin. Griffin hooks the right side corner panel, and Brock has nowhere to go but flying into the tires, taking him out of the race. There are many victims to the tire barriers today. On lap 5, Dom Capps is going to have a mechanical failure just immediately off of turn number 1. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. Ryan Griffin almost nails the back end of him. Heading into turn 2, I think Capps is going to stall the car. Hopefully in a safe place. It really isn't a safe place when everyone's sliding off the track like this. But, White, really close to him there. But yeah, Capps is going to probably go a couple laps down. Battle for 5th between Hayden Klein and Jacob Hart. This is what you don't see every day. Klein in the Sums machine. Going to try to overtake on the inside, heading into turn 8. On Hart. Hart is going to keep fighting on that outside, though. But 9 and 10 are really going to make the deciding factor, and I think... Whoa! Klein, again, not giving Hart a lot of room. But, nonetheless, nice overtake by Hayden Klein. He's had years of experience in the SCS, but as I said before, no one has had experience on the rim before. On lap 6 now, Klein is under pressure from both Jacob Hart and Jeffrey Lynn. Klein, looks like Lynn's going to overtake Hart from the inside pretty cleanly for the most part. Oh, Lynn's got the corner window. Whoa, 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 oh! Well, Klein just got turned around by Lynn. I'm not sure that the officials would be too happy about that one. But Klein is going to keep it going regardless, so hopefully he doesn't have that much damage to his race car. Also in lap 6, St. Davidson gets a little too aggressive there with Ryan Acosta, and well, I mean, Davidson hasn't been in the SCS for a while, but that was just a little bit silly of him. Lap 8 now, Levi Pasco and Andreas Allen are fighting for position. Oh, they're fighting a little too hard. Oh, Allen, don't do that! Oh, God. Allen just wrecked himself out of the race, trying to regain all his positions back. Pasco qualified dead last in the grid, but with that kind of driving that Allen's gonna have, no wonder why those are saying he fell apart. Oh, Zayden Davidson's blown up. As we're looking at a crippled Zayden Davidson, he's blown the engine, I believe. That's gotta be gut-wrenching for Davidson. He was gonna try to regain some positions that he lost after having contact with Ryan Acosta, but this is definitely not gonna do his career hopes any better. Here is Kyle Collins running in 8th place under pressure from Eric Burton for position. Collins driving a special sponsor today, I think in relation to Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong. Special paint, as I said again, a special paint scheme for him. He's running in 8th, which is a spectacular run, despite it starting about 15th place on the grid. As, Burton tried to take a swipe at him, but that didn't work at all. Collins really well experienced at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and he's doing his home crowd a lot of good. Interesting pit strategy call by Kyle Collins heading to the end of lap number 11 of 26. Collins is, I'm not so sure if he's going to make it all the way through. Usually it's about 13 laps of fuel you're most likely to have. But if he can manage to save that much heading in and out of pit road, that would be amazing. But I'm not sure if that'll get him the win, though. I think... Jeffrey Finn, guys, decided to follow suit. I'm not sure if that was a wise decision of both drivers, but we'll just have to see when we get to our first and probably only cycle pit stops throughout the race. Heading into lap 13, Ryan Griffin and Jeffrey Lynn are going to pit pretty early. Rookie sensation Ryan Griffin is usually not one that's very good on road courses. Well, he's definitely proven the Doubters run today. He was running in the top 5 along with Jeffrey Lynn. And then here comes the rest of the grid. I think that was Jacob Hart, Eric Burton. I think that's... Jordan Davis. He's fallen even further back. Down the order. Looks like Lynn... Lynn's gonna get jumped by the 11. That was a really good pit stop by the 11, and out. And back out on the track he goes, so I would really hope that Sanford and Curtis are going to pit sometime soon, unless they want to run their tanks dry. Sanford would then fly into pit road. Heading into lap 14, Curtis is going to fly in with him. I'm not sure if that was a wise idea. There's Jeff James going to fly down pit road. And Matt Rodriguez. Not a wise idea if he's down the order to pit later than everyone else, strategically speaking. But if he only takes a couple tires, which is highly ill-advised, it would give him a lot of positions. Sanford off pit road now with a huge lead over DJ Curtis. And Curtis just got out of pit road, as a matter of fact, but Charles Sanford, I think Sanford's really looking to dominate this race. Fuel Brothers Racing is definitely the best equipment for this racetrack, and I think in the past that they've always done well at Canadian Tire. At least one of the drivers have, at the least. Sanford has not won an SCS race since 2015. I have no doubt that Sanford is going to attempt to throw this one away, that's for sure. Here is Jeffrey Finguy with Aaron Taylor getting pressured for 13. Wait, what is Aaron? Oh no! Aaron, what are you doing? As Finguy gets turned off the track and into his back end of his tires, which puts a substantial amount of damage to his car. Oh dear. Aaron Taylor has just caused a lot of problems today. First he wrecks out Zachary Fitzwater in an avoidable incident, but now he dumps Finguy in turn 6. I just don't get what Taylor's problem is. Lap 15, there's a battle for position between Hayden Klein and Charlie Smith as... okay, both drivers simultaneously spin off the track. Smith manages to keep it on the track, however, Klein is going to have a much harder time getting it back out there. Jordan Fisher is going to be the next victim of the Turn 9 tire barriers after he, just dumped Scott Roush into the tire barriers. Yeah, I really don't know what's up with Jordan Fisher. He's done really well in the points this year, but the kind of ads he's had lately, I don't think it's going to do him much better. Kyle Collins is dropping like a fly right now. Matthew Rodriguez is going to blast by him as, well, there's Eric Burton, and Steven Jenkins getting really impatient with Collins, although Collins is still remaining in the top 10. There's Jeff James heading back down pit road. I think he doesn't have enough fuel in his tank, but Collins is, I don't know, there must have been some sort of adjustment the team made that would have worked, but he's really struggling right now to keep up the pace at this stage of the race. Ryan Griffin is hunting down DJ Curtis for second place. He's been sending fantastic lap times as they head down turn 6. And oh, Griffin's gonna lose it! Oh, well, what did I say about Griffin being a rookie? He's probably bound to make mistakes. Oh, Finguy took a swipe at his door. That was probably for something against Martin Motorsports for Aaron Taylor's incident with him, but Griffin's going to keep it going and will pull away from Jordan Davis, as a matter of fact. There's Eric Burton battling with Matt Rodriguez for the 7th, or 6th position, excuse me. But Griffin's not terribly happy with that. Although he's going to keep it going and still remain in the top 5. Kyle Collins is reporting a problem with fuel. He does not have enough fuel to finish the race. Well, what did I say earlier about his pit strategy calls? About 6 or 7 laps ago. Collins is going to get another tire change, hopefully another adjustment to make his car even faster for the end of the race. But it really wasn't a wise call there. He's only taking left side, so I think it was a problem with the left side tires is why he was struggling, dropping a bunch of spots like a fly. And there's Ryan Griffin not having enough fuel to finish the race. So now it's going to be a fuel race concern for everyone, even Charles Sanford and DJ Curtis, although I've heard reports of them clutching on pit road, which is a very wise idea to save even more fuel. However, it's going to create some problems later. So Griffin now probably going to finish outside the top 10. Emmett White is now battling with Sean Harpo for 10th position. White has done a spectacular job, even though in spite of qualifying near the back of the grid. Oh, and there's Harpo definitely off the track. Well, I understand that. And oh, there's Ryan Griffin and Aaron Taylor. They somehow went off the track as well. So now there's gonna be a huge shift in point position. Oh, Charlie Smith takes a swipe at the 95 as well, as she's gonna fall even further down the grid. Here's the incident between Aaron Taylor and Ryan Griffin as they head down the hill, approaching turn 6. Okay, what was that all about? Griffin once again gets put off the track, first by himself and now his own teammate. This is the 3rd car that Aaron Taylor's hit today. I'm honestly expecting some sort of penalty to the number 60, because with that kind of reckless driving out there, he would have been easily disqualified for that. But I'm not so sure what the SCS officials are going to do about him until after this weekend. Cody Lamas is attempting to overtake Malik Nevins on lap 21 to put him a lap down, and oh, that's like, I think this is the 3rd time that Lamas has lost the car today. Honestly, Lamas has had a lot of trouble with this racetrack in the rain, and honestly, I cannot blame him for that. And hope Carson Scott just took a swipe at him as they were approaching turn 7. But Lamas, I really feel for Cody Lamas, because he had such a good start to this race, but now he's just struggling immensely as, oh, here comes later Charles Sanford to approach him to try to put him a lap down. Eric Burton and Matthew Rodriguez are going to battle for position, and wow, this is a really good battle for 4th, I believe. As the 31 is attempting to take the position. Athenian Motorsports has done quite a fine job there. Burton now going to successfully overtake the 77 Horizon Group Mobile 1 Dodge of Matthew Rodriguez. But Rodriguez is not done with him yet. He's all over his back bumper. Steven Jenkins is loving what he's seeing there. Hoping that these two can have some sort of incident. I don't think that'll happen. There's Jeffrey Finguy 1 lap down. He was sitting P20, I believe, at the moment, but heading down the hill into turn 6. This is where anything and everything can go wrong for anyone. But I don't think it's going to go wrong here. Oh, there goes Rodriguez off the track. Steven Jenkins, oh, he gave him the room. Courteous driving there by Steven Jenkins to allow him the space if they need. So Well, I guess I'll say kudos to the 83 for making the sacrifice. Battle for 9th between Dejon Weeks and Jeff James is... Wow, that was an easy overtake there. Approaching 3 laps to go. 9th, but Dejon Weeks is trying to help his Rookie of the Year campaign there with a potential top 10 finish. And there's really nobody else behind him. Jesse Turner's a lap down, I would believe. So there's really nothing for the 38 to fear. Meanwhile, Charles Sanford is a lot faster than Carson Scott down the Mario Andretti straightaway. As they approach turns 8 through 10. As, Sanford... Oh, Scott took a swipe at him, and Sanford just gave him the one finger salute, as he overtakes him and put him 1 lap down. And now he's going to try to approach Comey Long to put him on down with 2 laps to go. Heading into 2 laps to go, Jeffrey Lynn does not have enough fuel to finish. Remember what I said about fuel being a problem? Well, it's now plaguing the Mace Enterprises 25 machine. And it's a shame to see that too, because Lynn was going to go for a top 3 finish. Eric Burton with problems with fuel as well. That's very unfortunate to see both drivers have this kind of issue. There's Jordan Davis with that problem. So even more problems strike the Mace Enterprises. Meanwhile, Charles Sanford is showing the white flag as he overtakes Cody Lamas to put him a lap down off of turn 10. And now he's going to put Hayden Klein 1 lap down. Aaron Taylor, and maybe Charlie Smith if he can beat him to turn 2. No, he won't. So it's going to be... So Sanford is now sandwiched in a bunch of lap cars. That Lamas and Sanford are both faster than Charlie Smith, but Smith isn't really getting out of his way. At the moment, he doesn't want to finish a lap down, it appears. And Sanford going to try his outside heading into turn 6. That is not a move I would advise, but Smith is willing to get out of his way. Sanford, whoa! Smith gets really loose. Entering turn 7, oh, Sanford goes into the grass. Not that matters because he has a 15-second lead and it's dominated lap after lap of this race. So it's not going to affect Sanford at all. However, he's going to try and overtake Charlie Smith heading into turns 8 through 10. No, he's not going to do that. He might try it heading literally into the last corner. Now he's getting really sandwiched between Aaron Taylor and the 29. But heading off of turn number 10, Charles Sanford is going to get his first victory of the year here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And the first victory in the rain. Coming home in second by 19 seconds is DJ Curtis. Third is Matthew Rodriguez. Fourth is Jeffrey Lynn. Fifth is Eric Burton. Nicely job there by the Athenian Motorsports team. Sixth goes to Stephen Jenkins. Kudos to him for qualifying near the back of the grid and ended up finishing in the top 10. Seventh to Trek Tauger. We haven't talked about him all day, as a matter of fact. 8th place is Jordan Davis in spite of his problems with fuel by the end of the race. 9th place is hometown hero Kyle Collins, after starting near the top 20. And taking home the top 10 for this race is rookie sensation Ryan Griffin. One that we would never expect to score top 10 on a road course. Yes, paddock will head off to Kansas for the 20th round of 36 of the year.